All right. Tuesday, event day. So, today we'll go over information and get everyone up to speed on what's going on. First VIP crystal event. Boo. So this was given out yesterday. They're going to update and simplify the ultra rare and support hero evolution recipes. So basically, all past ultra rares and all past support heroes will now take the exact same catalyst between Water Commander, Water Slayer, Earth Commander, Earth Slayer, Fire Commander, Fire Slayer, so on and so forth. They're going to get rid of all the items that are in the dungeon store and update them with the new style catalysts. And if you still have the old catalyst and you happen to pull one of these older cards, you can still use your old catalyst up until it's gone. The dust store has been updated with more heroes, and what you can pull out of the event packs has been updated with more heroes. That was what we were given yesterday. Here's a little crap that we were given today. So, see where they get it all at. Okay, so all past and future support heroes will have update evolution recipe stones and evolution charms. And then some generic catalysts, which you should be able to get hundreds of. I already do have a lot of what they're asking for. For Gen 1 and Gen 2 Ultra Rares. Water Slayer support heroes will always have the same recipe. Water Evolution Stone, Slayer Evolution Charm, and existing catalysts, which are these Basilisk Venom, the Forset Tonic, and the Aureus Tribune. You can pull these from doing your campaign. If you just keep hitting the campaign over and over and over again with your stamina to level up, you'll pull this stuff somewhat regularly. Within the events, you'll earn these catalysts also instead of event-specific catalysts. It means you'll be able to choose which heroes to evolve during an event, and if you have past support heroes, you can evolve them. If you have an original catalyst from the event, like I said, you'll be able to use it. It will stay hidden, and the new stuff will be available. When you try to update a hero, you're going to be offered to use the new stuff or the old stuff. I would recommend getting your old stuff burned up just because it's using up so much space when you're trying to scroll through and see what you have. Just try and get it used up and get rid of it. And then once you get to that point, then you can start using the new one. Thousands of older catalysts have been removed from the dungeon store. Catalysts for support evolutions. This is where it gets crappy. Our goal is to provide more heroes and faster evolution to players without interfering with the dust economy. Yeah, this is where you guys are lying your asses off. We held off from updating the dust store for a long time because of the support evolution dust loop. As such, we've reduced the sell value for Generation 1 and Generation 2 support hero or support and ultra rare heroes to 20 dust. This will allow us to update the dust store more often, giving you better pool of heroes for free. Bullshit. Pardon my French, but the only way you're going to get 400 dust out of a Gen 1 or Gen 2 card is if it's an event card that costs you the launch tight shards, plus the Alterius tier, plus whatever initial catalyst, plus so like a warp drive or the Biclops eyes or the crown shards or the halo, whatever, plus your essence or a master collection card. Those are your only options for 400 dust. Everything else is 20 dust no matter what. You've got to be kidding me. You now have officially prevented us from being able to make any type of dust to help evolve event cards or get their catalyst for it, or hit the dust door for low evolution cards to try and, get more heroes, or make the ultimate form, which takes 1.6 thousand dust. So unless you plan on dropping that in half, or putting these up to maybe at least 100 or 200 dust, you have officially killed our ability to do this crap. So way to go. It doesn't matter what level these cards are. They can be 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, or 6-star. They are 20 dust regardless of how high they are. So unless you plan on keeping the card, using it for the Spire, get rid of it. Don't waste your time using the Catalyst. It's a joke. Just save your gold. So the Dust Door has been updated with dozen more event heroes. The base heroes available in each pack has been updated with dozens more heroes. Heroes random crates have been upgraded, and the Wardens available using Warden Souls have been updated. I've pulled 1 Gen 2 Warden and 2 Gen 1 Wardens out of the Warden Soul, so I got one that was somewhat decent, but not great. Better than nothing. So that's how they screwed that up. Now this is the Battle for Medio. That was one part I didn't get to on this one. Where am I seeing that? Somewhere I read this. We're releasing exciting updates that will help simplify the... Okay, sorry. This week brings the first VIP Crystal event to Kraos during this week's upcoming Commander event, Battle for Medio. VIPs will get an exclusive reward in their inbox and a guaranteed ultra rare hero. I'm not exactly for sure what that means, but okay, we're getting a guaranteed ultra rare hero. The Battle for Medio, it makes me kind of curious. For those of you who do not have him, and I don't, but I can show you what he looks like in the Codex. He is a Water Gen 2. He is technological, and he was a Slayer, and he was the MC. Boom, there's Medio. He is one of the most unusual cards because if you look at all cards, MCs, everything, even from Gen 2, they were 300% attack and hit point increase. And the 400% came off the event card, and that was for GVG only. This is the only card they ever released that was 400% damage and hit points for all water technological heroes, period. No other card has ever been given this particular stat, except for Dragoons. But those are for GVG only. This is 400% no matter what. So I'm not exactly for sure how and what this is for, because if they plan on giving this card away, I want it. I need this to complete my Gemfall deck, because as you can see, I have the entire deck right here in the Codex. They're in my inventory. I just didn't get him. So that's I'm curious at how that's going to pan out. Okay, so we'll go with the deck, and then I was asked by a particular guild member to go over options for what we can do for deck building for the event for people who do not get the MC and the ultra rare. Okay, so before anyone flips out, I have enough dust to craft this card. You can be sure I will never hit the craft button on this card. Not happening. I'm saving my dust for Slayer. So, with this we have, this is your event card. So he will create 4 Water Gem 1s, Power Gem 1s, and if there are 5 or more stacks of Power Up active, he'll create Power Gems on the next turn as well. 12 Gem Charge, 6 turn cooldown. Dispels Dodge. You can survive without having Dodge. needing to be dispelled. It just means it's kind of like blind. Some of your hits won't always hit. So before we get too far, for those of you who are around, the Green Commander deck, I believe Ibex is the only one that has this deck. Wrong one. Let's see if she still has it set up. Right there. This deck, imagine this deck blue Commander. Same deck. I'll go back through it again, but this is the exact same deck. So, just an FYI for everybody at how this deck's gonna work. Okay, so dodge. Okay, your next cards. You have this little jewel. Creates 5 water gems and increases the attack of spirit heroes by 1% for every 2 spirit intensity for 2 turns, up to a 50% maximum. Not going to help you at all. Dispels fear. If you do get this card, I would recommend keeping it, just because this is one of the few blue cards that dispels fear. And during frenzy battles, if they ever put fear on the blue warden that we have to fight, this might be one of the cards you have to use to dispel fear. I have a 3-star version of her in the Codex. I may, since now everything's more simplified, pull her out. It still costs 450 dust to pull a card out regardless of its star level, and you can only sell it for 20 dust. Retarded, but it is what it is. And I may level her up so I have a blue fear dispeller. Next is the Summertime Aphrodite. Adds 10 special intensity, creates 2 water gem 1s. If there's at least 1 water gem 2 on the board, it will create an additional water gem 2. And then every 3rd hit, Aphrodite will create 1 power gem 2. Dispels Toxin. This is not going to really help during the event, but this is a power gem spawner, passively and as battle skill. Chances are, you're going to have at least a power gem 2 somewhere on the board, so you're going to get at least 3 power gem 1s from activating her plus her passive ability. She also has the water squirter, which if anyone got that during the time that this revive pack was offered, that is another relic that you can use as well. As for this one, I've never seen the spirit relic for this. Oh no, that's a lie. I'm sorry. I do too have the spirit relic for this. I've just never had to use it before. I do have this relic. Okay. And I can show you what that relic looks like too. This is the one that is going to be more beneficial for my particular use. It will upgrade 2 water power gems. Hold on. Okay, back at it. We'll upgrade 2 water power gems plus 1 additional for every 50 intensity rounded down to a higher level, max of water power gems upgraded, yada, yada, yada. So if you happen to actually get other power gems on the board by accident, by matches, this will upgrade them. It will also upgrade power gem 1s, water power gem 1s to power gem 2s, power gem 2s, power gem 3s, and so on and so forth, based off of ancient intensity. This one dispels blind. Sorry, work also plays into this too, so give me a second. Alright, sorry, there'll be one more that pops up. I'll swipe it away and then it should be good. Okay, so blind. Remember that one, because that one's going to be important. Extremely important. This is I want to say that's a Gen 1 card. During the last player celebration event that they did that was a blue commander. That's how we got that card and a whole bunch of those relics. So it is definitely an older card. Alright, now we'll start with the support. So, creates 4 water gems and adds 2 stacks of power up for 4 turns and refreshes its duration. Power up heals for 20% of team recovery per stack. Each turn will activate. When power up expires, it will create 1 water power gem 3 per stack, max of 15. So instead of being power up, it needs to say Grail. So this card has the potential over the course of resetting itself, has to have 15 stacks, and it will create 15 power gem 3s. That's a lot of power gem 3s out of a support card. This deck was quite devastating. It was just very, very slow. Okay, then we'll get to your ultra rare, and I need to be careful that I don't actually hit the craft button. So I'm going to take this one kind of slow. Oh, crap, I am sorry. This will be dispelling armor. Just prevents you from hitting as hard, but other than that, it's really about the worst thing it can do to you. Creates 3 power gem 2s and adds 4 stacks of power up for 4 turns and refreshes its duration. Power up heals for 20% of team recovery each turn while active. When power up expires, it creates 1 power gem 3 per stack at 15 stacks. So basically, instead of creating water gems, it creates power gem 2s, and then it'll give you your 15 stacks. So if you have the ultra rare and the support card, that's 30 power gem 3s. And the reason why I said is because if the ultra rare isn't going to be important, there's the blinds that you need to get rid of. So that other card can get rid of the blind for you. Then you have the MC. The MC will dispel dodge, and then will create 4 water gem 4s and increase water commander attack by 30% for 1 turn at a rate of 7.5% plus an additional 7.5% per 100 skill points. If there are 5 or more stacks of power up, it will create power gems again and increase the attack for the next turn as well. So basically what you would do is you would activate this card. If you have the full deck, you're going to want to activate. If you have the true deck, you're going to want to activate the ultimate form last. You're going to want to activate this card. And you're going to want to activate the event card and let them put power gems on the board. Try to match the least amount of them as possible, or if you have a lot of gems on the board, if you're doing like an ultra kill or an overkill boss, try and match so many of them, knock some of their hit points down, and then on the next turn when all the power gems from the ultra rare and the support cards get created, then you're going to want to wait, because these guys are going to create power gems again, and the more powerful power gems automatically override. And if a lesser power gem goes on top of another power gem, so if a power gem 3 exists and all you have is power gem 3s, but now you're creating power gem 1s, it's going to automatically upgrade some of those power gem 3s to power gem 4s. So you have the potential to have a board full of power gem 3s and 4s. Now, this is the one, I never had this deck, so I didn't get to play with it. Creates 5 power gem 4s, increases water commander attack by 40% for 1 turn, and additional, so 6 gems, 6. So you're not going to get, okay, so yeah, you're going to want to activate the Ultimate Form, the Master Collection card, and the event card, and then try and save as many of them as you possibly can, and then turn around, and then when your Grail expires and creates all the Power Gem 3s, this sucker is going to create, all of them are going to create more Power Gems on top of that. And of course, this will continue to dispel blind, where this guy was dispelling dodge. Yep. Okay, so now we'll go with some deck ideas. So first and foremost, you're going to want to come to your inventory. And then you're going to want to, we'll go with Affinity, Water, and then Event Skill, Commander, and let's go from there. Okay, so if you have the old Dragon deck and you have the old Fishy deck, by all means, go for it. Cambrius, I think you do Weaken. Nope, Thorns. Let's see. I'm not sure what all of these do. Well, right there is Armor. So having a Master Collection card automatically will dispel Armor. She will create Power Gem 4s based off of how much your skill points are. In a minute, Rusty. So let's look at counter skills. First one we're going to do is Armor. So these are your two cards. Kita and the Master Collection will dispel Armor. Next one you want to do is Dodge. So the new card and then this old Time Stopper is the only one that does Dodge. Not honestly surprised. Blind. These are your only cards. Personally, I don't know if I would use this card. Two Salvation Wars. Because this card is actually not very good without the support card. Support. Good God, it's been a long day. Without the ultra rare to go with it. Hold on. So, yeah. So that's for that particular skill. What was left? Armor, Blind, Dodge. There was one more, I thought. Wasn't there? I'll double check so I don't screw myself over. Dodge, Blind, Armor, and Dodge. No, that's it. Okay. Those are the only four. Okay. So, now we'll go with Slayer cards. Okay, so Slayer to get rid of Blind. Don't have any. Slayer to get rid of Armor. This is part of that technological pack. This is a passive healer, and he also destroys 6 non-water gems. Kind of helps bring stuff down there. He really only works with technologicals, but at the same time, this is just nothing more than a support card. So every time you attack, he's going to heal for 90% recovery. So that's kind of a nice little thing about keeping some of these older cards around. Armor, Blind, and Dodge. Of course, nothing for Dodge. Great. Okay, so if your intent is to try and use some Slayer cards, I covered some of this in the other video. You have to use Kita either at a 6-star or Ascended, and you will get 300% damage and hit points for all water heroes, period. Now, while Slayers may not do as much damage because they're not going to get the commander bonus from the commander tiles, they are still going to get the hit points. So you will still see if I run a good example. If I run this, no, that's a bad example. I had one of them that was set up that was commanders and slayers. Yeah, it's gone now. But if you run commanders and slayers and you do 3 keys, you're still going to have 350, 400,000 hit points for that particular setup. It's just they're not going to get the bonus from the tiles, the commander tiles. That's the only part that sucks. So we'll go Codex, and we'll go with blue, and now we'll look at counter skills. So we'll start with armor first. So you got Kita, Aphrodite the Lifebringer. You have the Tundra Queen, which if anyone has this one, this is a commander card. Doesn't do a whole lot, but it still will help dispel armor. This is the event card that goes with that Master Collection I had that dispels blind. He also creates one of those tiles. And that pretty much covers all of that. So the next one we'll go through is, of course, blind. So Kita, that's a really old card. That's a Warden. So yeah, those are pretty much your only options. Like I said, there's not a lot of blue cards for blind at all. And also, if you're just using Kita, that as you can see, I mean, damn it. Kita alone has a chance to dispel blind. So you can use Kita, her Absolve. Chance to remove poison and blind from all allies, and armor and might from all enemies. So you can use her as the person you need to get rid of armor. And if she's ascended, she's going to create 4 water power gem 1s every 4 turns. And at the beginning of the turn, you're automatically going to get those 4 power gem 1s. So not a bad idea to use Kita in any way, shape, or form. So blind and then dodge. So for Slayer cards, you have that old technological card, you have Skybound, and then you have this Renegade, the Reckoning, which is a Slayer card. I didn't really. Creates 1 water gem both now for the next 2 turns, plus additional water gem for 25 spirit intensity. So this is the same deck where the Storm goes in, and then this is actually another commander card. Creates 2 water gems both now for the next 2 turns, plus additional for every honored intensity. So sort of some ideas that are there for dispelling dodge. You are an avatar, right? Yeah, chances are no one's got you. So those are some of your deck ideas that you have. This is the Ancient. The Cobalt Blade will create 4 water gems at the beginning of the battle, as long as there's an Ancient on the team. The only part that sucks is it doesn't create power gems, but this was, I believe, a Gen 1 relic, so it's not going to create power gems. It's just going to give you gems at the beginning of it. The Spirit relic, though, is right here. And if you can get a spirit on there, it will give you a power gem too, as long as there's a spirit on the team. This happens to be Giants, and the only thing that I have that's Giant is white and green, and that would be the green Colossal Crusher, and the other one I think is down here. Nope, it's further up. Oh, there it is. The Neutron Spectre. Those are the only two that affect Giants. So neither one of those are going to help me in any way, shape, or form. So I was kind of hoping they were technological, because they were technological. There you go. So those are a lot of your options that you have. If not, like I said, you can make different types of decks. It's generally what I do. Event skill. And you can use any of these cards to help you any way you see fit. Just make sure that whatever you're doing with these cards, you are not having to dispel anything at that point in time. Like, honestly, it'd probably be smarter for me to put in Dynamite Dougal, because Dynamite Dougal is going to create 6 Power Gem 1s right off the bat. Plus, if I put his relic on there, there's another power gem. So honestly, getting rid of this gentleman here and swapping him out with Dynamite Dougal, and then take his relics, put Kita's bow back in. I think I had another blue commander relic I took out. Yep, right there. And then put that one. So actually, technically, I'm even more powerful right here without the 10 times commander bonus. And I'm going to get more power gems on the board. So for the first couple battles, this is probably going to, the first day or two, this is going to be the most powerful deck I can provide. Play around with it, see what works best for you. You can always, like I said, grab some Slayer cards and throw some of these Slayer cards in here and use them as you need to, just so long as you have Kita as your leader, you're going to get the damage boost for him. So, by all means, whatever you guys need to do. All right? If anyone has questions, please, by all means, feel free to ask. All right? Good luck to all of you, and hopefully this event turns out to be pretty good.